where we met.
Good morning. This is Overcomer One Hicks. Actually, I always get it mixed up. Actually, it's Overcomer One. Anyway, I just want to spend a few moments with you to discuss a topic, something that's very important to me, and I hope it helps a lot of people, or a lot of those a lot of you viewers that are watching. And again, if you like what you see, you can share and comment, and also hit again sign up to my my YouTube page, Overcomer One. So I wanted to discuss with you depression. I want to talk about depression. So again, with my videos, it's really to encourage and to help to really opening myself up to exposing my personal life, to be hopefully that I can take what the traumatic experience or the traumatic things that I went through and experienced, I can take that and use it to be a blessing or to help others. And maybe you maybe experience some of those same things I went through, and I'm just here to tell you that I made it out, and I'm alive and well, and I'm constantly growing. I'm always learning. I'm always evolving. And so these videos are not a one-size-fits-all. What I mean by that is, what I'm telling you, it may not work for you, and I'm not trying to say what works for me will definitely work. I'm just hopefully giving you an option or a tool to use through your maybe as you evolve or change, or even through your struggles. So depression, I know a lot of people deal with it, and I know in the African American community it is really prevalent. But with the African American community, we really don't like to talk about or discuss any type of mental health, because we feel it's a shameful thing, or we are considered, if you have PTSD or depression, or diagnosed with any type of mental illness, a lot of us are looked at as like we can't function. And trust me, there are doctors, there are lawyers, there are a lot of professionals, there are people in our everyday lives who deal with mental illness, and they are able to lead a productive life, maybe through medication, support medication, counseling, or whatever. Doesn't mean if you get diagnosed with a mental illness, that's the end of your life, or that's it. I mean, I manage it every day of my life. It's not easy, because there are mornings where I do not want to get up, or there are days I don't want to be bothered at all. I want to be alone. And it is a struggle. It's a battle every day of my life. And here's the thing, I'm battling not so much against depression, but I'm battling to stay happy. My war is to stay happy, to stay stay uplifted and encouraged as I battle depression. My depression derived from when I think I explained to you guys before, growing up in an abusive household. My first adopted parents stayed there for, I was living in their home. They adopted me at the age of, I think it was birth, and I was taken out of home around about 8 years old. And so through those years, again, I think I explained it to you, that I just went through, they put me through the tremendous physical, mental, sexual abuse. And you would think getting out of the home, and this is for people who don't know, you think because you're not physically experiencing the abuse anymore, for someone like myself, you think, oh, well, they're out of that situation, they're out of that environment, so it shouldn't affect them. But I've always said this, the scars, the physical scars are gone. Actually, I still have them, but they're not as prevalent as the mental scars, because they are still there and they affect you. So when you, especially at a time of a child's life where the brain or the mind is forming through, and a lot of people don't know that most of our childhood memories, our household, our living conditions, our community, our surrounding, our background really shapes and conforms our minds, or it forms our thinking and our thinking patterns. And as we get older, it becomes a set pattern, and it can be very powerful, and it can be very detrimental. It can be a positive, because if you grew up in a household that was encouraging, loving, warm environment, it will shape your mind, or they encourage your parents or people around you encourage you. They were a major support. Then it will have a major impact in your life, and it may even cause you to be successful in your ventures or different aspects of life that you want to, or your objectives in life. It actually, because of that positive influence and affirmations and support and love in that household, it actually brings brings a healthy person. It's healthy for that person. They actually succeed a little bit more, much better than a person that has an opposite environment, or the direct, a different environment. So my environment was totally opposite. It wasn't a loving environment. It wasn't a caring. It wasn't a trustworthy environment. It wasn't a motivated. It wasn't an inspirational environment. It wasn't a loving environment. It was the direct opposite. If it was love, the opposite would be hate. That's the environment I grew up in. And so, not knowing, once I was taken out of the home, I still had that surrounding, that environment was still a major impact in my life. And it caused, again, PTSD and so forth, and depression, major depression. Days and years I went through, I barely wanted to get out of the house. And here's the thing, the disclaimer for those who are not sure, it's a fly, a bee, what depression is. You're not cognizant of what's going on with that person that you're dealing with that may be depressed. The wrong thing you can do to a person that's depressed or going through a situation or any type of mental crisis is to ask them ignorantly, "What's wrong with you?" "Yeah, all right. You can get. I've been through it." And I used to hear people say that all the time. "What's wrong with you?" They would give me this phrase. When you are depressed, you can't depress. You are pressed down. Your mental stability, your mental status is submerged. You cannot, even if you tried to pick yourself up in some situations, it is hard to. You cannot muster up enough strength to get up, to sometimes to even go check the mail or take a walk. I mean, it can get that serious. And a lot of people ignorantly address depression. They're not educated. They don't read up on it. They don't at least go to Google it or internet and find out what the symptoms are of your loved ones or those who are around you, or get educated. Do not try to diagnose the person. And then those who have depression, do not try to self-diagnose. Meaning, "Oh, I used to say this. I'm all right. I'm just a little tired." Or, "I think I got this." And that's not even a correct mental illness. So I went, through, once I was out of that home, years of therapy after the home and going to psychiatrists and so forth. When I got older, an adult, about 10 years ago, I started seeking counseling and so forth, and I found out I was depressed, along with PTSD, and I suffered depression. And it is not fun, and at all, for those who deal with it. But I can tell you this: if you are watching this video and you are struggling with depression, the fact that you're still here means that you are a winner, that you are an overcomer. And never let anybody rush you to get healed. I've been to churches, I've been to pastors, I've had prayer, I've been to counseling. Some people, like I said, I told you before, my videos are not to give some type of resolve or to tell you this is the antidote for depression or mental illness, any type of mental illness. It would be robbery for me to even make a statement like that, because that's insane to say. My videos, once you watch this video, you got it. I can't say that. I choose these videos for you, or to work with you, or to expose myself or my personal issues or personal my dilemmas in life and my growing up, my pain, is to just give you a living proof that someone can be in the same situation you are and still thrive and still make it and still keep going, and to hope that my pain can help somebody move to the next level of, you know, you get to the next level in life, or to move forward. That's my goal. And one size does not fit all in my mind when I do these videos, because you may watch this and be like, this has nothing to do with me, or it doesn't apply to me. But someone else may watch it and say, wow, that's pretty cool. I think I can, I might actually take some of those nuggets that the Overcomer one is mentioning and use them, you know. And like I said, I as long as I do these videos, you see me on these videos, I'm here for you, and I support you. But again, what we're talking about today, and I'm almost done. We got a little long-winded. Is depression. I'll probably do a few more videos, but it's not the end of the world. You've been diagnosed with depression, or you have been struggling with it, and there are days you're not going to feel well. That's okay. If someone tells you to snap out of it, you tell them you snap out of it, because when you're dealing with depression, you just can't snap out of it. How dare someone tell you just snap out of it? Somebody tells you just snap out of it, they have not a clue. They're ignorant of what depression is and what it entails and the symptoms. And you have to go at your pace, you know. I have gradually over years gained more ground in my life from depression. And I'm constantly working every day. You know, I used to be depressed 7 days a week. Now it's, or, you know, now it's maybe 5. I ain't gonna say 5. Maybe it's 3. Maybe it's 2 days a week now. Sometimes it's 1 day a week. But I've gained I've progressed through years of just getting the education, knowledge, counseling, exercising, eating healthy also helps. Certain diet, changing your diet may help. Certain vitamins and supplements can help. I'll actually share certain supplements that I take and my exercise regimen that I do that helps me. Sometimes blood pressure, high blood pressure can be a cause, or certain illnesses. You don't know. I know, again, my stem from how I was raised in my abusive household. That's how that's how the depression, it became strong in my life, or how it was first basically introduced to me through how I was raised. And I'm naturally a happy guy. I'm a jovial person, charismatic. I like to have fun. I like to be around fun people, and and that's who I am. And I've actually embraced my real self, which is happy and jovial, not the counterfeit person that was forced on me. Depression was forced on me. PTSD was forced on me through the negligence of my caretakers. But that doesn't mean I have to accept that. And that's another thing with depression. Just because you're depressed, or let me backtrack. I was so connected and so tied and tangled with depression until it would be days I would wake up in the morning and depression would be just like knocking on my door, like, good morning. It's like, wow, yep, it's gonna be me and you. And now I'm more cognizant of what's going on. Wake up, I manage how I feel, and I say, okay, I feel pretty good, or okay, I can feel it coming. Then I try to counterattack. Those symptoms with, like I said, exercise, and also it has a lot to do with your vibration levels. And we'll talk about that another time. We're all made up of tiny particles that we're all made of energy, and you can be in the negative energy or in a positive. It depends on where your vibrational pull is. I try to keep my vibrations positive. I try to look at the glass half full instead of half empty. I try to smell the flowers, like the old saying. I appreciate everything that I have. I appreciate others. I try to be a blessing to everyone, so I won't focus so much attention on myself. These are little nuggets that I've picked up along the way, and I've learned through research, reading, on how to, you know, deal with depression. So again, you know, again, you're depressed or you have issues. What is it? It's not the end of the world, And again, I'm in my mid 40s and I have battled depression as long as I can remember. And the thing about depression is it causes you to be a great actor, pretender, because you may feel around your peers, family members, co-workers, like an oddball, like you're the only one that has this mental illness, or and you feel uncomfortable in your skin, and you try to be like everyone else. You put on this mask, knowing that you're not feeling well, knowing that you really don't even want to be around anyone, knowing that you don't feel like going to the family picnic, knowing that you don't feel like even going out with your friends or your buddies. You barely want to go to work. And we tried to put on this mask. I know I did for years. I put on a mask of trying to be normal like everyone else. And here's the thing, at some point in all of our lives, we kind of have a jacked up most of us, we have something that we're not proud of, or we have a situation or issue that we have had to come to grips with, and we battled it, and it might not have been good or well with us, and we've had to deal with it. So we all don't have squeaky clean past, lives, I want to say. We all have something that we're dealing and working with. And, honestly, we all have on these psychological masks to try to hide. But again, with people with depression, you're trying to, stop it. You can't try. First of all, what's normal anyway? We try to be normal. I try to be normal. What's normal? Who can define normal? I mean, there's a definition of normal, but in our society and around other people, what's normal? So I'm trying to be normal like everyone else. And you know what? I had to learn, screw everyone else. I don't care, because I already have enough on my plate of trying to manage depression. And then at the same time, I'm adding more on my plate by trying to circumvent the situation that I'm dealing with, or try to act like it doesn't exist. So, I had to be honest. Yes, deal with it. I deal with depression, and I'm honest with people now. And you feel better. You feel good about yourself. You feel that you're being honest with yourself and honest with others. So now, when you come around the family, now you come to the family picnics or a dinner or the Christmas party or whatever, they already know who you are. They know what's coming through the door. They know this is the real me, depression and all. And either accept me as I am, or you can kick hot rocks. That's how I look at it. Or keep pushing, because I'm not going to try to be like you and try to cover or hide my frailties, because they're there. You know what I'm saying? When you try to cover it up, you're hiding from yourself. You know it's there. Why try to hide it? So you just deal with it. You take it head on, and you step in the ring. And you go to rounds with it. And so again, I hope you guys are blessed. Continue to be blessed. And we'll speak again about depression. Again, I'm still here, and I take every day, step by step, day by day. And I take every second of the moment of my day, and I enjoy it. I try to enjoy it, and I feel myself getting stressed out, depressed. I have to slow down, step back, But life is too precious. It's, we don't have that long on this planet, and before you know it, it's all over. So I would say enjoy every day that God has created for us, and start looking at the glass half empty instead of half full. Change your thinking. And if you're depressed, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. All right, I'll stay up. I'll talk to you later.